Marcus, you had some other ones here too.
Yeah,
what else do we have?
we have a signed letter from Louis XVI.
Amazing.
And this is just about a month before his demise. And his main concern was giving a pension to his staff, which obviously didn't work out.
Right, didn't quite work out, right? The best laid plans.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm of that age where I'm going to get my pension either here.
Yeah,
you know,
I know. Well,
different reasons, right? This was a more dramatic end to the pension program there, right?
No, it was.
Now, again, is this all in his hand?
Yeah, this is all in Louis XVI's hand.
So did you go to school to learn how to do this, or did you just pick this up apprenticing with other experts?
Well, obviously I went to school.
Yeah, but to specialize in this sort of field?
I don't know, I've been to museums from since I've been about 12, 13. And I've had certain people I've worked with.
Yeah, it's just fascinating to see that. So when somebody walks in with something like this, can you look at it and right away go, I know this, or do you have to test the paper? How do you know absolutely?
Well, I do check on everything.
Yeah.
This woman actually came in with Elizabeth I's document with her first Royal Great Seal of Great Britain, with the whole Privy Council signed on, and and then it's worked from there.
Whoa, that's amazing. Now, I know you've got a lot of things there, but I want to jump in and take a look at the letter you have from somebody who's a little more contemporary, from one of the most famous scientists in the world. Take a look at this.
Albert
This amazes
Einstein.
me. Can now, is that, see, now tell us a little bit about this.
This is actually prose from his grandfather that he's actually typewritten up himself and signed.
And that is Albert Einstein.
That is Albert Einstein.
Not his grandfather's.
No, and this actually has came from a relative of the person who actually got the signature.
Okay.
Who used to be FDR's driver when he was United States Secretary of the Navy.
Wow.
In 1917.
Wow, that is, and you know for a fact that Einstein actually
there's actual provenance.
Oh, so you know.
Yeah.
So it's,
he actually asked for all these things and got them through FDR.
Oh, that is so wonderful. Now that is so. Now something. What would that be worth if you had
10 to 15,000.
Really? So things with somebody of his note that's personal like that. That's quite a bit of money.
Yes, to do with rarity and what people want to collect.
Wow, that is so exciting. And I think you're probably already thinking about things you have in your house. Well, we're hoping that you're going to you got a couple months here to make do the research, find the objects in your home that you'd like to bring down to Clars Auction Gallery. You're going to get 2 tickets to the event coming up on November 10th when you show your support for everything you enjoy here at KQED Public Radio. At our public television, I should say, and radio. At that $100 level, we will send you 2 tickets. Each of you can bring an object, and all of that money will go toward meeting the challenge from Clars Auction Gallery. Now let's move on. Let's take a look at this is really a beautiful, beautiful piece that we've got here, Deric. And I know this is your area of expertise. Tell people what this. I mean, it looks like to me it's obviously a lamp, but it's not just any lamp.
Well, it was made here in San Francisco, circa 1915 to 1929. It was executed by Dirk Van Erp Studios. He started his studio in 1910. Prior to that, and he was from Holland.
Right.
Prior to that, he worked with shell casings, brass shell casings, and he'd hammer those. And then in 1910, he started the firm, and he had a partner at that point. And she helped him develop some of the beautiful lamps that he's known for. Some of the lamps have hit in excess of $250,000 at auction.
You're kidding.
But if one doesn't know about copper, it doesn't look like much. And so the value of the group of copper that we have on the table would be in a retail setting in the $8,000 to $12,000 range.
As a group?
Yes, yes. It's highly collectible, although the market has seen a downturn since '08,
right,
as with most decorative art. The arts and crafts market is still quite strong, and so a lamp like this, in its original state, original patina and original mica, still have quite a strong market share. And in fact, at Clars Auction Gallery in our May sale, we had a flat top version of this lamp, which brought a record price for the form at $12,000.
Wow!
And so even in this economy, it hit a nice number.
So there are people that are educated enough to know that. And see, it's surprising to me. I've lived here all my life. I didn't know that things like this got fabricated in San Francisco.
And the wonderful thing is, during the arts and crafts movement, there was an attention paid to hand craftsmanship. And so those works that were handcrafted by coppersmiths such as Dirk Van Erp are highly prized today. And some very important artists actually interned at Dirk Van Erp Studios, one being Benny Bufano, who he interned with Dirk Van Erp. So it's kind of fun to have this mid to late 20th century artist who interned under this master of the early 20th
So he learned how to work metal under this guy?
Yes.
Because as I grew up in the 50s and 60s, Benny Bufano was one of the most celebrated artists in certainly here, and I imagine he had some notoriety around the world, right?
Right, absolutely. And so to think that he got his start here at this little studio on Sutter Street
that is
a great thing. And the arts and crafts movement was strong here in San Francisco. And
now you said mica. Is that what the lampshade is?
Yes. If we take it off, it's actually mica.
And mica is organic material, right?
Yes, it is. And this one has some condition issues, but still it's in good original condition.
And you know it's the original. How do you know it's the original?
One way we can tell is we would look at these tabs.
Right.
And we can see that they weren't bent back. Also, it has the flaking that one would like to see on a lamp of this size. This is later in Dirk Van Erp's production, 15 to 29. This lamp could date from because of the fact that it has that drop rim.
Right.
So he didn't start that until 1915. So that's how we could date it to about 15 to 29. Also, after the World's Fair of 1915, he stamped most metal with the word San Francisco underneath.
Wow, that's cool. Well, I want to chime in here and remind you that all this fun we're having right now, looking at stuff, in fact, that was actually created right here in San Francisco, is really taking a few minutes out from the Antique Roadshow program to let you know that we're going to have a live event coming up in Oakland, and you can get 2 tickets to the event and the right to bring 2 objects. Each one of you can bring an object to have it estimated by the experts at Clars Auction Gallery. That's at $100, and if you can call right now, you can still help us make that dollar for dollar challenge grant from Clars Auction Gallery. They're being extraordinarily generous. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I'll look forward to seeing you in November.
Thank you.
What a treat. What a fun job you have, huh?
Thank you.
This is really, now it's time for us to go back indeed to great moments from a decade of Antiques Roadshow. But first, I'm happy to tell you that thanks to all your donations, I heard the phone ringing and a number of times, and I'm pretty sure we're going to meet that dollar for dollar challenge from our friends at Clars Auction Gallery. And we obviously want to thank them for their generosity. But if you haven't called yet, we hope you will join us during the next break when we'll be joined by Rick Unruh and Gloria Garbaventa, also of Clars Auction Gallery. They're going to do some great analysis as well. So stay with us as a child's toy turns out to be worth a grown-up bit of money. More from Antiques Roadshow Remembers next on community-supported KQED.